Throughout history, people have argued about whether Jesus truly existed. Scholars debate the records, critics question the evidence, and believers stand firm in faith. But maybe that question misses the real point. Maybe what truly matters isn't whether a man named Jesus physically walked the earth 2,000 years ago, but that the red letters, the words attributed to him, still walk through us today. When you open a Bible and see those words printed in red, something stands apart. They don't feel like ordinary speech. They carry weight. They carry balance. They carry an understanding of humanity that feels far beyond any one person's time or culture. Whether those words came from Jesus himself or from those inspired by his spirit and example, the truth remains. The message survives because it speaks directly to the human heart. Think about it. The red letters teach things that most people spend their whole lives trying to master. Love your neighbor. Forgive those who've hurt you. Do good quietly rather than loudly. They warn against greed, pride, and hatred. And they lift up the poor, the humble, and the outcast. They teach that real strength isn't about dominance, but about restraint. Real faith isn't about public display, but private sincerity. And if you read those teachings carefully, you'll notice something extraordinary. They transcend religion. You don't have to belong to any faith to understand them. The red letters don't demand blind belief. They invite reflection. They ask you to try to live in a higher way, to rise above what the world tells you is normal. They challenge the ego, the craving for power, the desire to be right instead of kind. So maybe the question of Jesus' physical existence is smaller than we think. Maybe the greater miracle is that these words survived at all. For 2 millennia, through translation, persecution, division, and war, they remain. Empires fell, kingdoms burned, languages changed, but the red letters are still read aloud in churches, whispered in prisons, sung in songs, and quoted by people who may never even open a Bible. That's not about proof. That's about power. The power of truth that can't be buried. The power of words that call out to the deepest part of us. The part that wants to live right, even when the world lives wrong. Even if Jesus were just a man, or even if he were a legend born from collective wisdom. What matters is that the wisdom endures. Love your enemies. Judge not. The meek shall inherit the earth. These are not the statements of a conqueror. They are the teachings of peace. They are reminders that goodness is quiet, that kindness is strength, and that light shines most clearly in humility. The red letters represent something bigger than religion. They represent evolution. The evolution of human thought, of conscience, of what we know to be right even when it costs us. They ask us not to worship the messenger, but to live the message. Because in doing so, we keep the spirit of those words alive. So no, maybe it doesn't matter whether Jesus existed in the way history books demand. What matters is that the message did, and still does. The red letters exist. They've crossed oceans, endured centuries, and reached your eyes right now. And that alone is proof enough that something divine, something eternal, has found a home in human words. Because if the red letters are true, then the voice behind them never really died. It still speaks, it still guides, it still shines. And maybe that's what faith was always supposed to be about. If today's message spoke to your heart, remember to like, share, and subscribe. Together, we'll keep uncovering the living words written in red, words that never fade. dive into the heart of the Gospels with the Red Words of the Christ, a profound and illuminating exploration of the words spoken by Jesus Christ. This beautifully crafted book brings together the teachings, parables, and divine wisdom of Jesus as found in the New Testament, offering readers a focused and inspiring journey through his transformative message. Receive your copy today by visiting Amazon. The link will be in the description.